Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Athletic Studio podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Kate Oman.
I'm Gordon Chommanivong.
On today's episode, we are going to chat through our top 5 fitness and health related habits or things that we can't live without. So it's a bit more of a personal episode. I'm keen to see what yours are, Gordon.
Yeah.
5 things you can't
same.
live without. I know that there's a lot of stuff out there in terms of like health fitness trends, but these are more things that like stick with us and that we do throughout our life and day to day. So did you want to kick us off with your number one?
Yeah, this episode is definitely a lot more personal, and we're not talking specifically related to your general weight loss or body composition goal. We're just talking to the habits that are important to me and why. So I think this is pretty good insight, actually.
Yeah.
The first one for me is definitely weight training, but it's more the why. So because I'm a business owner and I'm in the fitness industry, first impressions count.
Yeah.
And I've had clients say to me in the past, I wouldn't train with anyone who doesn't look the part. So that's always been a habit that I can't really live without, because it's helped me with other areas of my life as well. So just weight training for physique, body composition. I don't need to be super shredded, but I just need to look the part. What about you? What's your first one?
My first one is daily walks outside, and it must be like outside, especially I've come to notice the importance of this, especially this winter. If you're living in Melbourne at the moment, you know that it's quite cold, but just still getting outside and getting that fresh air, seeing the sunrise, it's really important to me in my day, especially if I can get it done in the morning, but if not, making sure it's a priority in the afternoon. I'm not wearing any headphones. I'm not looking at my phone. I just go into my thoughts, and just that's where I think I spark my most creative ideas, get a bit of clarity on my day and my week. So for me, that has been the biggest game changer.
Yeah, it's really important, that one, Kate, for yourself, getting some time to yourself. I wouldn't go as far as having no headphones on.
It's a bit psychotic importance.
But I definitely notice a difference when you go for a walk. Say, if you're just staying indoors, doing nothing, where just, for example, the weather's so bad and you can't go for a walk.
Yeah.
Even when it rains, I'm sure you would still find a way to do it.
If it's raining and like all day, that's fair enough. I'll go inside. If I'm inside, I'll have to wear headphones because otherwise I'll be annoyed by the noise at the gym. But yes, 100% getting in daily walks.
And do you care about like how many steps you do, or is it more you just got this routine? And
yeah, more so the routine. I don't generally track steps at the moment. I have in the past for sure, but making sure I get about 4 kilometers minimum is great. Sometimes if I have time, I'd hit like 10. Usually 6 is like a sweet spot for me. Yeah, obviously depending on the time of the day, but yeah.
And you know what? That what really helps for you as well is having Hamilton, your dog.
Yeah.
Like, you got to take him for a walk.
I have to. Exactly right. So he's been the biggest push, especially in winter. I'm like, I don't want to get out, but he's like looking at me with those puppy eyes and he's like, come on, take me outside.
Yeah, you can't say no to that.
I know. No, that's been a big help as well.
Did you notice a difference if he doesn't?
100%. If he has to be walked every single day, or at least gone to the park and to play with dogs, because otherwise he is a bit of a psycho. He will try and eat socks. His behavior is so much better when he's stimulated.
Yeah, there you go. Cheat code for clients. Just get a dog, get your steps
Just get a dog
as well. All right, tell me your second habit, Kate.
My second habit, or my thing, it is actually a thing, and it's a bit more materialistic, but it is Metcons and Lululemon Align leggings. If you definitely know, I love strength training in both of these, and I don't go really gym session without them when I'm comfortable, because I'm really particular with my active wear about how it fits and how it feels. I notice myself getting frustrated with certain fabrics and like how they feel. Like, for instance, if I squat and deadlift and they're moving or they're rolling. Yeah. So a bit of a strange one, but yeah, Metcons and Lululemon Align, rather the shorts or the full-on tights. So
Align, these are a particular model.
It's a particular fabric. It's more.
It's a fabric.
They say it's for yoga, but I use it for strength training.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends do as well. And yeah, love it. Once you get them, you literally cannot go back.
Because I have noticed when I've walked into the Lululemon store where they do have like specific training tights and yoga tights.
Yeah.
The yoga tights, to me, they don't look like you can actually strength train in them.
Yeah, no, you definitely can. I've tried and tested it. It's been the only leggings I've worn for about, I want to say 7 years.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. While we're on the topic of fitness clothing, I'm just going to put a shout out to these underwear. Yeah, they're called Step One. I actually switched from Lululemon underwear to Step One, and Step One is just
I've never heard of that
100
brand.
times better.
Really?
Yeah, for men anyway, because these ones you just they feel like you're gonna last a lifetime. I little, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Just
bought.
good quality and just like sweat wicking and
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Look, you've been talking good about Lululemon. I'm not saying this is just.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just underwear specifically.
Yep.
And the reason why I did go and get like Lululemon underwear to begin with, and I've been wearing them for the last 3 years before step one, is because they're athletic. But maybe it's just because like we train and with our job, it's quite demanding, and I'd always get a hole where the crotch is, and it would happen every 2 months with those
Why
underwear.
did that always happens
So-
to men's underwear? Anyway, sorry for everyone, all the
Yeah.
listeners talking about underwear on the podcast, but every men's pair of jocks or whatever always has holes. I thought, anyway.
No, but like
there you go.
step one,
Step
they're
one,
not going to have those holes aren't coming.
They should start sponsoring
Yeah.
the podcast.
But Lululemon women's tights, however, A grade.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep. Your number 2.
My number 2 is, people can say it's boring, but it's actually really important for me. And who cares, because the topic's
It's
about
about
us,
you.
Kate. So
Number 2.
making sure I at least have one day where I just do nothing with my rest.
Yeah.
Now, I'll take this as far as to saying no to family events, friends want to catch up for like something, even with work or whatever as well. I just got to make sure I have time to recharge.
Yeah, it's like a full day to just do whatever you want.
It doesn't need to be a full day, but it could be 3/4 of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's important. I think like business owners will probably relate. It's like 24/7 job. So having some time to really switch off, I guess, is really helpful.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about it. So let's say it normally happens on a Sunday, and on Sunday, what usually happens is there'll be a UFC event on TV or a boxing event or, the Premier League. So it works out.
Yeah, Sundays is a nice day. It could be a bit slower.
So that's one of my habits. We're on to number 3.
Yes, my number 3 is an activity planner. I just do this on my notes. So I use Notion for my notes, and I use it like a Monday to Sunday planner, and I use this to look at my week of workouts. So that way I can make sure that they're split with enough rest in between, or if I want to say plan to go to a class, I'll do it on say a Wednesday, make sure that I'm having a rest day Thursday, for instance. So it's like just making sure that I don't get to Thursday and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't even trained because I haven't had time. So just prioritizing it, looking at my schedule and making sure, and then that way I tick it off and it crosses through, and it's just very satisfying. And I'm just like probably type A kind of person. I like having everything organized. So that has been really helpful.
That's good. That's good. Number 3 for me would be the Athletic Studio app. Holly does my program. It's just, I'm on that every session, and it's just so important to track my progress. It just speeds up things. I don't want to come into a session and not know what I'm doing, not know what weights I'm doing. Yeah. And then one thing that we've started to track as well is specific lifts that we're going to leave in throughout the year. So for example, because I'm focusing on hypertrophy at the moment, the incline barbell press, I always want to be doing that and never taking more than one program away from that. So every second program, it should be in there. Yeah. And then we'll track that performance over a period of time.
Nice. So you get some good gains with that then, I guess, staying consistent. Would you go to dumbbells, or is it specifically barbell? Like you're keeping that in?
Oh, I guess the alternate month, it could be, or the same month, there could be a dumbbell on there, but just as a primary. So calculating that. So I made myself a volume load calculator for the primary exercises that I want to focus on for the year. And that's one of them.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good to do in that way. You get to your training and feel a bit more motivated and inspired. Being like, all right, I've actually got to show up for this. That's great. Yeah. Number 4, coming back to your number 1, is strength training. I don't think in my whole life I will ever give up strength training. It's just that type of training that will always be within my week. Whether it's maybe 5 times a week, whether it's once a week, doesn't matter. I know that I'll always have it. Like I've been doing strength training, I think, maybe since I was 13, and it's always been with me in some capacity. So as I know you outlined all of the benefits, but it's just something that I know it'll always be with me, just because like more so for like longevity reasons as well. Being a female, keeping bones strong. And,
a lot of people that don't do weight training, I'm like, oh, so weak. Like they just look like, man, I hope you don't get into some kind of danger. Because
it's super important for your day to day, really. Even just like lifting the groceries, all the really easy things that you do day to day and how it translates.
Do you think there will be a methodology of strength training that maybe you haven't tried that you want to implement later down the track, or are you gotten to a point where you've done enough stuff where you know what you want to be doing in the future? Yeah,
I'm actually in the last recent few weeks, I've been leaning into a little bit more of high rep stuff. So more so muscular endurance style training. I don't think I don't love, you never know, in a year this could change, but anything lower than 5 reps at the moment. So I'm not going super heavy. It's more so like that, hypertrophy / endurance, which I'm Haven't done a huge amount of, but yeah, I'm keen to dive in and see what it can bring.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to do Olympic weightlifting, but I just don't think they'll have the time to get really good at it. But I
Yeah,
love
you
watching
need.
people like getting
Oh,
so strong
it's
at it.
actually really fun. It's a fun skill to have.
Yeah. Not like the CrossFit style,
Yeah.
but like proper going to a weightlifting club and
Yeah.
doing it there.
Yeah, 100%. Never say never.
True. Where are we at with these?
Number 4 for you?
Number 4 for me, ice bars.
Yes.
Yeah. Once you do one and you just feel the feeling afterwards, yeah, I don't think you can go back. It just wakes you up. I don't think I've gotten into great shape without ice bars. So when it comes to body composition and when people try and sell you the benefits on that, I think it's bullshit, to be
Yeah.
honest. Muscle recovery could help like a little bit, but for
it
me,
more so
it's actually
mentally?
more the mental benefits,
Yeah.
the mental resilience that you get from it.
Yeah.
So it's more like, shit, if I can do this every day or every second day and I feel alive after it, then
Yeah.
it's a pretty good feeling.
Do you do that mornings or just whenever you can?
Yeah, prefer I try and do it in the
Nice.
mornings.
And how do you go? Because I know it's on your balcony. How do you go when it's cold outside and cold in the ice bath? Is it mentally hard to do it?
Nah, not really.
You just do it.
It's the hardest part is when you take a break. So I had
Yes.
like a 2-week break because when we went to London and then came back.
Yeah.
And when you take a break, that's not good.
Yes.
Yeah,
You dread it kind of thing, or?
No, and the experience with that first ice bath, it's terrible. Like I couldn't breathe. Like you can't breathe.
Oh, like regulating
Yeah.
everything again.
Yeah, regulating everything.
Yeah.
It took, because I would do it for 3 minutes and it would take 2 minutes before you start regulating after you take a break.
Yep.
Whereas when you do it a little bit more frequently, it only takes maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah. Like anything with repetition, hey, it just goes to show.
Yeah, so that'll be my number 4. What's your last one, Kate?
Number 5. This is a bit of a rogue one for me, but it's specifically bone broth and miso soup and hot drinks all in one. So it's like just hot drinks in general, but I've been on the bone broth and miso soup train for a few months now, and I've always loved like hot drinks. I just think it's such a good way to get in hydration in a different light, like not just having water during winter especially. And it could definitely just be, what's the word of what I'm trying to say? It's not.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
Placebo? That's the one.
Yeah.
It might be placebo, but I swear to God, my gut feels better. It could definitely, I don't know. But I think I just love them having it in the morning. I love having it in the afternoon before dinner. And it just keeps me just moving, and that keeps me from overeating or just snacking out of boredom. I just feel like I'm doing a good thing towards my health. It makes almost like a habit that it feels like I'm doing a good thing towards my health, and then it cascades over the day. So it could definitely just be, as we said, a placebo thing, or just it sets me up for a good day. It's a mindset kind of shift or a habit that kind of just, trickles through my day. So that's why I like it.
What's your protocol for the people that are listening? What's in that cup? Like, how do you make it? It's a breakdown.
I always use an organic bone broth and an organic miso soup. The miso soup is like optional. It's just more so for flavor. But the bone broth itself has good nutrients. It has some research about gut health, but maybe it's open to interpretation. But so it's a teaspoon of both, literally just in hot water, tiny dash of cold water, and you're good to go. So you could even just take it in the car to work. Sometimes I have it on the way and while I'm driving into work. Yeah, it's just one of those things that I think mentally sets me up for a good day.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Your number 5?
I was going to say with that, Emily's been having that just recently over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And might have to get on it.
Yeah. Just something that just feels good for your health.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Number 5 for me, Kate, similar around supplementation. There's probably not a day that goes by that I don't take supplements.
Yeah.
Like even when I travel, I always take magnesium with me.
Yeah.
And same thing. It's probably a placebo effect. It's definitely not a placebo effect because they do work.
Yeah.
The ones that at least I take every day.
Yes.
So just for example, in my training, the essential amino acids and BCAAs, then I take creatine as well. And I feel I can definitely push out more reps when I'm on those supplements for a while. Yeah, and magnesium to help with sleep. Yeah. And if you look on my kitchen counter, there's a bunch more.
Oh yeah, I'm like that too.
that I just experiment with.
100%. You got to find what works for you. And again, it puts you in that health focused mindset anyway.
Yes, exactly. Because then, you can invest in it. So it's probably been like nearly over 8 to 10 years where I haven't taken a supplementation. That's from a health-based one.
Amazing. Love that. Any others, any outliers that you want to add?
Oh, the only other, I guess, habits that I implement is regularly rewarding myself every week.
Yeah.
Every week. Whether that's, I'm not doing a shred phase at the moment, but so every week, okay, I'm going to enjoy a meal out with Emily, I'll go for a steak, have Mexican, and I don't really feel bad about it. It's
yeah.
just working towards my performance.
Yep.
And then obviously just rewarding longer goals as well, where there's more sacrifice too.
Yep.
So it just really depends, but I'm always thinking about setting goals and setting the reward too.
What would you do if you say didn't have a good week or you didn't hit your goal, or would you still do something about it, or what's the strategy there?
Let's say I'd fallen off my nutrition and I'd had a free meal on a Thursday instead of a Saturday or a Sunday. Then the Saturday meal is just a regular meal.
So you just let it balance out.
I just let it balance out. I'm smart enough to do it that way.
Yeah, can self-regulate, which is good.
What about you? Anything else?
I'm pretty sure that's it.
There we go. There are 5 habits, guys.
5 habits, 5 things. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's a bit more of a personal one, but something that I enjoy listening to in other podcasts when the hosts get a little bit personal. So we hope you enjoyed today. As always, make sure that you follow us on Spotify and also follow us on Instagram. And we've got YouTube. Don't forget about our YouTube.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people watching us on YouTube now, so which is great. Yeah,
we've got some training videos, nutrition tips, all the good content over there. So thank you so much for listening to another episode, and we'll see you in our next one.
Thanks, guys.
If you found this episode useful, it would mean the world to us if you shared, rated, and liked this podcast. It's how we keep it alive.
Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Athletic Studio. We would love to connect with you and see how your fitness and health improves with this newfound knowledge. Until next time.